Okay, this our session is officially on recording, and I want to appreciate you for joining. And I want to beg you that this enthusiasm I'm seeing from all of you, you keep it up as we progress. So you already know me. I'm Charles Ogu, and I will be handling you on both project management and business analysis. And it's something I love doing, but I need your support by cooperating. Doing what I ask you to do is for our own good. I'm not going to mislead you. Okay, let's get started, and I will share my lesson notes. We'll talk from our lesson notes, and after them, we'll have opportunity to entertain question. My class is very interactive, so that is my pattern of teaching. My pattern of teaching is different from other people's pattern of teaching. I don't copy people. I like to be me, original. So what I'm saying, I saw a lot of you trying to compare other places you are coming. Everybody have their own peculiarities. And my class doesn't last more than 1 hour. The next 30 minutes is for interaction. So that is the way I teach. And I respect time. If you check today, that is part of project management. I don't come 1 second late. You monitor me. Some of you start monitoring me from now. If I'm going to be late, I must let you know that I'll be late for 2 minutes. I rather join 5 minutes early than coming 1 minute late. I've practiced this for years now, and that is one of my identity. Every place I go, they know me as a timekeeper. So if you want to be my friend, you have to be a timekeeper, because very soon I'll be noticing timekeeper. And again, we need to have leaders in various. Very soon, the next thing is to have project groups. You know, we are going to have project group based on geographical. I'm going to send a form for everybody to fill and tell us where you are living, the state you are living. So that is how it's going to be. Once we find out where you are living, we are going to do grouping based on everybody's geographical, not your state of origin, the state of residence. So that is it. We're there. Then each group is going to have a team lead. Before, I used to ask people to submit application if you want to become a team lead, you know, and from the application we select. But this time we are not going to do that. We are going to select team lead based on what we see, based on your performance, based on your attendance, based on your commitment, passion. These are the people that want to lead us. We don't want you to lead us based on you can write good application. So please, Mr. Samuel, Mark, put yourself. We can see every other person here. They put themselves on mute, except me that is presenting. When is your turn to talk? When is your turn to talk? Then you can then unmute yourself and talk. So that is it. This is just brief message before we start presenting. Chibuoke, Chibuoke, Philip or Philomena, Chibuoke, put yourself on mute.
Just pour it and come out from that place.
Please, Chibuoke, obey the instruction, please. Mute yourself, please.
Okay. Thank you, people. Okay, we are going to start from here, trying to understand the project management. This is a general overview. So here we're going to look into this introduction, definition, importance, key concepts, and terminologies. So let's start from definition. In our own way, anybody can define project management based on, but this is generally accepted definition. Project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet the project requirements. It involves initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling project activities to achieve specific goals within defined 3 C's. These 3 constraints we talk about: timeline, scope, and budget. So everything you are doing in a project is revolving around these 3 terms: timeline, scope, and budget. The scope is the requirements. What are the area of jurisdiction? Where do you need to cover? What are the requirements? What do you need, the objective you need to meet? This is where the scopes come in. And then the budget is how much does it take to deliver this project and within a period of time, because no project is forever. Project is not an indefinite activity. It must have a timeline. So everything you see, all these things, all these struggles is to manage these 3 terms here. But it's not easy. You see these 3 terms, to manage it in a project, it requires expertise. You need to be a pro. In order to manage, you might say, it's not just timeline to manage a project within 6 months. I've done. No, it's not easy as you think. Or is it not a budget? It's not as easy as you think. The scope, so these are the things, that's why we are going to drill you very well so that you become a good project manager. You can be able to manage these 3 terms here. For you to manage these 3 terms very well, timeline, scope, and budget, you need knowledge, you need skills, and you need tools. These are the tools like technologies. All these tools we are going to expose you to. These are the tools, and we'll have a lot of techniques you are going to apply in order to manage these 3 terms. I want you to cram it. That's why I'm hammering on these 3 terms. The current people on their projects, they're already struggling with their timeline. I've received more than 3 requests already to extend their timeline to show you that it's not as easy as you think. So this is the simple definition of project management. Okay. Now you can define project management. Good. The next is to understand the importance of project management. Why is this project management so important? Why is everybody, so all the companies, project management seems to be the most after-sought profession these days. I'm not lying. I've done this research. Just go to internet, type project manager. Google, there's a way Google does things. Just project manager job and enter. You see the thing will pop up. You see a lot of, if you are, for instance, here in London, you start bringing all the project manager jobs in London, wherever you are. All these jobs that the Google are bringing out, they are not fake jobs. They are real jobs. And they are looking for people. If you go to all these job sites, they're always looking for project manager. It's because of the importance. So let's look at the importance of project management. It's very, very important. That is why you are here. Some of you are here because they just want to break into IT, and they hear that Mr. Charles is very good in project management or whatever reasons. Some do not really understand the importance of project management, but let's try to break it down in our own terms. Project management plays a crucial role in ensuring the successful delivery of projects across various industries. It helps organizations achieve their objectives. What are their objectives? Objective by ensuring that project goals are clearly defined and aligned with the organizational objective. You see the reason why a lot of people are exceeding their timeline is because of ambiguity in understanding the goal. But with project management, it helps you to clearly define the goal and make sure that the goal aligns with organizational objectives. Project management helps in optimizing the allocation of resources to maximize efficiency and minimize cost. As a project manager, you allocate resources. It's very, very important, because once the resources are being provided, if you are not good, you will spend all the money, all the budget, even within the first phase of the project. And that's why today we have so many abandoned projects. And it's very common within the government environment. Why? Because all these government environment, all these government bodies, state government, local government, federal government, you see a lot of abandoned projects. They don't make use of project managers. Please, I don't want to hear your voice. Your time is coming when you are going to talk. So optimizing the allocation of resources to maximize efficiency and minimize costs. Another importance of project management is to facilitate effective communication and collaboration among project stakeholders. Communication is very key in project management. You must communicate with your stakeholders very well. And that is why when these stakeholders, or when they're hiring, they know you can communicate. If you cannot communicate with your stakeholders, this is where your project will start suffering setback. You see, all these stakeholders, you need their support. If you don't get their support, your project will not see the light of the day. You must understand the stakeholders and buy-in. We call it buy-in, stakeholder buy-in. Buy-in doesn't mean that you need to lobby them or bribe them. Buy-in means that you need to do what they want. As a project manager, they are not requesting anything from you less than doing what you are supposed to do. And you get their support. And you cannot achieve that if you don't have good communication on collaborative skill. You must be able to communicate very well and collaborate very well. Communication is not speaking good English. It's part of it, but it's not all. But communication is when two people are understanding themselves when they are talking, even if you're not speaking English. That is communication. It is very key. So that is one good aspect, importance of project management. Another one is mitigating risk and addressing challenges proactively to minimize disruptions. My brother and sisters, project is management of risk. Risk. Every day is all about risk in projects. And you must know how to manage all this risk. Risk are things that are going to affect this project negatively, impact negatively on project. Any situation, occurrence that is about, I'll use the word about, they are called risk. And the issues are things that the risk that has taken place. So as a good project manager, you must have an eagle eyes to be able to see this risk. It's not about how intelligent you are. You must have a technique. You must understand the techniques. You must use the right tools to capture this risk and manage risk. So these are, and project management as a discipline provide all this knowledge, all these techniques, all these tools. That's why project management is very important. And fifth is providing a structured approach to project execution, leading to improved project outcome and customer satisfaction. We have different types of project management approach. We have agile approach, we have waterfall approach, we have extreme programming. There are so many of them. So you must follow at least one approach. We have Prince 2. I'm not going to name them, all of them now, because their time is coming. So this is, but so many people you see, most, I'm going to use Nigeria here. You see a lot of projects are going on in Nigeria, but they don't have any approach they are using. They don't even know any methodology. They are just, you see, they start a very big project, building a massive, I can see some people building a massive hotel. A massive hotel. They don't have any project manager. They don't have any project approach. They don't just like that. That is a big risk to, you know, put such amount of resources, commit such amount of resources into project without a proper project manager to manage the project. If you go to government parastatals, everywhere you see a lot of projects going on without project managers. They will go halfway and they will abandon it. And they will continue to be there from years. That is wasting resources. That's why project management is here. And I'm very happy that we are beginning to embrace project management. A lot of people are beginning to show interest. And these are the kind of courses, I have to be honest with you, that they should be teaching in the universities, even from secondary school, because this is what the society need. This is what all of us need. So, but I'm just hoping that we'll keep on, waking up. Maybe some of you that are attending this boot camp will tomorrow become local government chairmen, governors, commissioners, even become senators, presidents, and then we will start implementing it. And that is the hope, because I know so many of you here are big people. All right. Now we've tried to understand the importance of project management. Is very, very important. These are the things. Another thing is that why is the need? Why is this high need? Because I want us to talk about it now as part of the why is this high need of demand for project managers these days. The awareness is now. People are becoming more aware, and technology is taking over. Technology, everything we do today is technology. And within technology, most of the people that are behind technologies understand the importance of project management. Most organizations these days are beginning to understand the importance of project management, mostly in Western world. And that is the reason why there is constant need. They don't have enough project managers here. They are ready to recruit project managers from abroad, everywhere around the world, because there is need. And then those that are even very good are very pricey. They are very costly to access them. So companies are going abroad to recruit project managers. They don't mind people working remotely for them. That is what is happening these days. If you look at what is going on, most companies today is on their journey of digital transformation. Anywhere you go, digital transformation, digitalization of their activities. Even here in UK, even in nursery school have standard websites. They have have CRM systems. Nursery schools. My children attend nursery school, I'm not making it up. Primary school, the same thing. Secondary school, universities, hospitals. Do you know how NHS here in UK, the amount of project management personnel, both project managers, project coordinator, project support officer, PMO, they are recruiting. Or every local government are constantly recruiting project managers. Why I'm using these people are people you might say, these are people that, that in our place, we look down on them in terms of technology, but their appetite for adoption of technology is very high. All these technologies requires capital, is a capital investment. A lot of money is being invested, and they require good project managers in order to deliver that. So there is high need for project managers. Project management is very important in our world today. In my last class, somebody said that there's she listened to a blog. Is it in Facebook? And she was skeptical about joining project management. I said, why? They say there are so many project managers that there is no need of going to study. I say, who is telling you that? A lot of people, let me tell you, you do not follow what all these content creators are saying. Some people do not know what they are saying. Project management is very, very important, and they are high in demand. If you know what you are doing, for instance, in my current class, the class before you, there's a lady, within 2 months, immediately we finished project management. What we did is that we finished project management and I provided them with CV templates they are going to use. And I asked them to start applying for project coordinator role. So many of them got project coordinator role within 2 months of our boot camp. Some got project manager, direct project. This lady got project manager role. Her company is in Canada. We are still 2 months in our boot camp, and she's already got the job because they're looking for people. If you have the right skills, just try to understand the technologies we are going to teach here, master them. They are not difficult to understand. And you see that your life will change. I don't know what you come here to do, whether you are here to upskill so that you can do better in your place of work, or whether you are looking for transiting, or whether you are unemployed. Whichever way, you can never be the same after this boot camp, only if you choose to. This is something I can beat my chest, because I know you are going to take away something very valuable if you want to. So that is the importance. It's very project management is very, very important. Outside IT, everything we do is project. We are requesting every company, every department, even if you go to sales and marketing, they are always on projects. Finance, everywhere, projects. Digital transformation, moving from on-premises to the cloud. A lot of companies are moving their infrastructure to IT infrastructure to the cloud. Who are managing all these cloud migrations? Project managers. They are moving from one application to another application. Who are managing all this? From one CRM system to another CRM system, from one ERP system to another ERP system. Project managers. They are integrating their system, integrating CRM with ERP, integrating HR with ITSM. Who are managing all these projects? Project managers. So we are in high demand. I'm just trying to let you know the importance of where you are trying to find yourself. This step you are taking is very key. This is a leadership role. As a project manager, you are a leader. You are more prominent than a state governor. Why am I saying that? Because you are trained to lead. You are more prominent than a president. A president here, he might go there, win the election, but so many of them are not trained. And you see them, so many of them start leading their country into calamity, into disaster. They start leading their states into, bankruptcy, because they are not trained. But you are trained. You are trained to allocate resources. See here. I want you to look at this term. Look at it very well. Optimizing allocation of resources to maximize efficiency. and minimize costs. You know, all these people I named them, from president to state governors to local government chairmen, what are they doing? This is what they are doing. This thing I highlighted is what they are doing. Allocation of resources, but they are not allocating it efficiently. And that is why we have high rate of poverty in our system, because the resources they need to, if they are project managers, they should be able to optimize the way they allocate these resources. But because so many of them are not project managers, and instead of looking for project managers to appoint or employ to work with, you see a state government or a federal government will appoint a lawyer as the Minister of Works. What is that? They will appoint somebody special advisor on this because the person is an in-law or the person is a classmate. At the end of the day, it becomes a way to settle friends and family. No professionals. These are resources that are meant to transform the nation. So that was the point I'm making. They are not trained to do this job they are doing. But you, in this boot camp, we are training you to lead. You are a leader. I want you to understand what you are after this boot camp. You become a leader. If you know how to manage resources, you know how to communicate with stakeholders, you know how to manage risk, you know how to use a standard approach to handle a project. These are what most society lacks, and that is why there is calamity everywhere, insecurity, hunger. It's not because we don't have enough, because the problem is that it's not being managed very well. I'm not digressing. I'm trying to tell you, trying to help you to rediscover yourself or to understand what you are, what you stand to be. If you are in an organization where your organization does not have a project manager, you can be a light in your organization. From what you are doing here, there's a guy in our boot camp. After the boot camp, he still was still within the boot camp. The way he transformed, everybody in the organization said, how come? How come Mr. Charles is performing like this, bringing a lot of ideas, bringing a lot of templates, bringing a lot of technology, how to do things. And the way he was appreciated in the organization, he came back and joined our data analysis, and that because of the value he rediscovered himself. So wherever you might be, there is value, a lot of value. You can give value out. Within 2 weeks of being here, you should be able to be giving out values. Okay, let's look at key concepts and terminologies. Every environment have their own terminologies. Call it jargons. If you go to hospital, there's a lot of hospital jargons. In project management, we have our own concepts and terminologies. So to navigate the world of project management effectively, it's essential to understand some key concepts and terminologies, such as, number one, project. What is project? A project is a temporal endeavor undertaken to create unique product, service, or result. Temporal means is not forever. Temporal endeavor is something you do for a time period, like say 6 months. Is not eternity. It's a temporal endeavor. That is project. And while undertaking this endeavor, you plan to create something unique. It's a product you are planning to create. Is a product, is a service, or you want a result. It must be temporal. For instance, if you want to lose weight, you must, for you to be effective or for you to get a result, you must know how long you want to, like you want to lose how many stones in 6 months. That is how you want to gauge it. You know how effective that is the result. At that 6 months, and you know that that project is either didn't go well or you didn't plan very well. So it must be either a result or a product, or you want to build a house. You want to build a block of duplex within 2 years. That's the product. You know, it must have a timeline. It cannot be forever. I've not seen someone say I want to build a bungalow forever. No. So, and that's why you see some people, they will start a project and they never end because they never even understand that they are into a project or how a project works. Okay. Another term is project management itself. Is the application of knowledge, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet project requirements. Then another terminology here is triple constraints. These triple constraints, the 3 primary factors that constrain a project, you call it constraints, is time. You must work around time. You don't have the time. If it is 6 months, if you must go above 6 months, you must face a panel. Why would you go above 6 months? Why we agree that it's going to be 6 months? You are professional. We entrusted you. We believed in you that you can do it within 6 months because you demonstrated that you are a project manager, and we believed in you. You can take this responsibility and deliver within 6 months. So after 6 months and you are not delivering, then you must face a panel to tell them why you didn't deliver. So you can see it's not a joke. Just like if you call, let's say, INEC, you need to conduct election within this period of time. If INEC fail to conduct that election one day after as agreed period of time and conclude it, you know that it is a serious matter. It is a matter of national security. And anywhere around the world, that is a project. Timeline is very important. And when there is timeline is affected, it requires additional budgets. After planning for election in 3 months, and INEC came out and said this election cannot hold again for one reason or the other, we need another 2 months in order to, that is another, because all this while they have been employed people, training them, printing materials, they're doing a lot of things, paying salaries. Another thing, because we know that so many of us know that ad hoc, INEC activity is ad hoc. You see a lot of ad hoc people, that's temporal staffs. You've hired them. So you need to make another provision for those staff that you need to hire again for another activities there. That's money. And this money is running into, billions. So it's not cost, is very, very important. Organizations, they hire you to do something, they make budgets, you come back and start telling them stories. They are not going to take it lightly. And another thing is scope. As a project manager, you must know your scope. You must know your scope. They ask you to conduct election. After conducting election in Nigeria, you start even conducting election in another country, nearby country. You don't know your boundary. You must know your boundary. That is scope. You must know what you are planning to cover. You must understand the requirements. Because if you do not understand this,
Please, I cannot hear it. Is it my
managing this.
network?
Hello?
Sir.
Yeah, with you, sir.
Please, we can't hear
Yeah,
you.
it went off, but it's okay now.
Okay.
Sir, please, we can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you now. Now, okay.
We can hear you now.
I can hear you now.
Okay, maybe it's network glitch, but I think everything is okay.
I can hear you now.
Okay, good.
All right.
Okay, if such a thing happens, just bring it to my attention because I might not.
You know.
Okay, good. Let's get back to the board. Okay, managing this conference requires expertise. You need to be a good project manager to manage this conference. Then another concept or another terminology is.
I'm sorry, Mr. Charles. I'm sorry, Mr. Ugu, please. You went off when you were still discussing triple constraints. You talked about time and scope, then you went off. There are three constraints.
Okay, let's go back to triple constraint. We'll start from there. Okay, when I was talking about triple constraints, I said triple constraints are the major, factors that you need to put at the back of your mind as a project manager, because these are the key things you need to manage. Time is timeline, cost, budget, and scope, your boundaries, your requirements, area of jurisdiction. So if you do not know how to manage time, like, let me tell you how to start managing time. Number one, you must try to be dedicated to your time. Then use a lot of techniques, a lot of tools. You must use tools in order to manage your timeline very well. So time is very important. If you must go above your timeline in any project, you must have to fix a panel to tell them why are you going above the timeline. It's important. Because if you go above the timeline, it might, be a case of I use INEC. Before INEC can go above their timeline, shift their you say it's it's not something you can just wake up and say, we can't do it. Let's do it tomorrow. Never. It's an issue of national security. NS, put yourself on mute, please. Jokori, Brenda Jokori, and NS, put yourself on mute. It's affecting the... Okay. And then cost. When timeline is affected, it's like a chain reaction. When you are going above your timeline, you want to have another 3 months added to 6 months in order to deliver. Those additional 3 months you are requesting for, you need to pay salaries for those that are going to work. That is another budget. So you see, it's like, has this knock-on effect. And again, we talk of scope. If you do not understand how to manage scope, scope is very, very important in project management. You must try to understand scope very well. And for you to understand your scope very well, you must be very close to your stakeholders. You must understand your stakeholders very well. If you do not understand your scope, you will derail. And that is what we call scope creep, creeping out of your jurisdiction. You enter another man's lane. You know what? When you enter as a driver, a project manager is a driver. A scope for a driver is the driver's lane. Mind your lane. All of us knows the implication of when a driver moves from his lane to another lane. It's very, very dangerous. A lot of people paid you from Onitsha to take them to Lagos. And taking them to Lagos, you must be on a particular lane, taking them to Lagos. They didn't pay you to go and kill them. They pay you to take them to Lagos. And all of a sudden, you jump away from your lane to another lane. The driver is the project manager. Anytime the driver is deviating is a big risk. Anytime, even if you are trying to overtake, it might warrant you try. That is very dangerous. That is what we mean by scope. Moving out of your scope is very dangerous. Doing what you are not supposed to do. Being in another man's lane, you are looking for trouble. And if you are not trained to understand this, definitely you will find yourself in another man's lane. And that is, you see yourself like these are like drivers without driving license. They will enter another man's lane, and that is going to be an accident. So that is it. We don't want that in our project. And that's why we are being trained to become a project manager. So once you are a project manager, you should be able to manage a project on time, on budget, and within the best standard, quality. This scope, when you manage project within scope very well, the project will come out of the best quality. So let's look at stakeholders. Stakeholders is very, very important in project management. If the moment you start having problem with your stakeholders, that is the moment your project start having issues. You must understand who are the stakeholders, who are paying for this project. Those people paying for this project, what do they want? Okay, after this project, who are even going to use this product we are producing? Are we producing what they are going to like? These are they're all stakeholders. Who are the people that are going to work within this environment? Who are going to use this technology? The person paying you to produce a particular product or technology might not be the person that are going to use it. You know, I might be the head of department of sales and marketing, and I want a CRM system for my department. Yes, and I secured funding from the organization in order to implement a CRM system. Yes, I'm the main stakeholder there because I secured the funding. I'm the project sponsor, but I'm not the only stakeholder here. We have sales rep. These are people that are going to use this technology on daily basis. So these are the stakeholders as well. You need to understand them. You need to understand what do they want to achieve from this CRM system. At this point, you have to understand from the person that is securing the fund, which is the sponsor, and the person that is using the CRM on daily basis to do their job. They have not been using CRM system, they have been struggling, they have been having challenges, they have pains, or maybe the CRM system they are using is not giving them value. So these are people, a lot of the people that have a stake, call it a stake, interest in a project, they are all stakeholders. And you must try to understand the way the outcome of the project is going to impact on them or impact on the way they do their work or live their life. So stakeholders are the individuals or group who have an interest in the project or are impacted by the project outcome. Then we have project manager. It's another terminology you need to understand and cram. This is the individual responsible for leading the project team and ensuring the successful delivery of project objectives. They are the leaders. As of today, in Nigeria, for the next 4 years after the election, the project manager in leading Nigeria to the next 4 years is the president. He's the project manager. Nigeria is a project because every 4 years we renew their contracts. The country renews their contracts on how to manage Nigeria for the next 4 years. So our Mr. Tinubu is the project manager of Federal Republic of Nigeria, and every state have their own project managers allocating resources, trying to understand what people need and providing. This is purely, but it's a pity that so many of them are not trained in the area of project management, and that's why we are crying, you know, that things are difficult. It's not because we don't have money or fund, but we have untrained people and they are not even ready to hire the trained one to assist them. Okay, let's crack on to project rules in project management. We have a lot of rules in project management. So successful project execution requires diverse team with different roles and responsibilities. And these are them. We have the project manager. The project manager is the leader of the project responsible for overall planning, execution, and delivery. This project manager you want to be, no be small thing, you know, no be small thing, na big man job. I tell you, make I use broken the speaker, na big man job. You know, if you understand it very well, na big man job. Okay. We have project team members. individuals with specific skills and expertise are assigned to work on various tasks. Like in project, we have let's say business analysts. They are project team members. So when we have team members, we have a group of people who like have developers, we have quality assurance, we have like testers. All of them are team members. Call them team members. And all these team members, the project manager manages all of them, or let's say is the leader. Then we have stakeholders. These are various roles that exist. Stakeholders do exist. You have to understand there is stakeholders. Individuals or group affected by the project or with an interest in the outcome of the project, such as clients, sponsors, and end users. These are the people that you have to be having meeting with. You need project status reports. You need to give them keeping updates. As the project progresses, this group of people, they requires updates. So they are part of the project. And then we'll have project sponsors. The project sponsors, these are the individuals or group of people that provide financial resources and support for the project, often at senior management level. So, in an organization, the CEO is not the project sponsor, although he might be he's the CEO, the overall managing director. But when a project is going on in marketing department, it doesn't mean that the CEO is not even part of the project, not the team member, or is not affected in any way. Yeah, it's affected because maybe, but the project sponsor is the head of department who secure the funding. He is the person who knows what the team are suffering. He is the person who want to optimize his team, his department. He wants this to help the department work better. So this can be the sponsor. Okay, let's crack on into the career roles. We have other career roles within project management. And within the career roles in project management, there's a lot of roles, such as project manager, we have project coordinator, planner. Okay, let's start from project manager as a career roles. The project manager is responsible for overseeing the entire project life cycle from initiation to closure. That's the entire life cycle. As we are progressing, this project life cycle is something you need to put at the back of your head. As a project manager, you must understand what is life cycle. We are coming there, don't worry. So the project manager is responsible for the project life cycle from the initiation, the time the project started, to the closure, ensuring that project objectives are met on time with budgets and according to the quality standard. The lead project team, develop project plans, allocate resources, manage risk, and communicate with stakeholders. These are what you are going to be doing all the days of your life as a project manager, developing project plan. So after this, like after 2 months here, and you don't know how to develop a project plan, you're on your own. You should be able to, after 2 months here, I tap you, you jump from your bed, I say, okay, start developing a project plan. You should be able to, even if you don't start breaking them down as a project manager. You must be able to know after you develop your project manager, you should be able to, allocate resources. And after allocating resources, you should be able to start managing risk, because there's risk of communication, risk of style, risk come from different angles. So you must be pro in risk management. And you must be a good communicator. A good communicator is not an orator. I want you to understand the two. Somebody is an orator and somebody is a good communicator. An orator might even be talking off point, but the orator is that you've got sweet mouth. Good communication means that both parties in that project, they are understanding themselves very well. It's not about how eloquent you are. It's about that what you said, I'm understanding it. In this, what I'm doing here with you, you see, a good teacher is not somebody who knows how to speak good English. A good teacher is somebody who knows how to transfer that knowledge he has to his students, and the students will understand it. If you are speaking good English, good grammar, and the students are not following, you are not a good teacher. Let me give you analogy and why the Indians are now the best in IT. In India, you see this IT is very difficult. But if you go to India, do you know how they teach IT? They don't teach IT with English. They teach IT with their native language. They will teach you that you understand it with their native language, with practical approach. Yes, Hindi language. I've seen so many of them, too many that they will introduce they will introduce the topic in English, and all of a sudden everything will change. And you will see the students will be clapping. Go to YouTube, you see so many of them. The students will be such courses they teach with you see they have so many followers because this is what they are enjoying it. And that is why my own pattern of teaching is different. I'm not here to teach, we discuss this, we analyze it. Even if it means that I need to use broken to pidgin to make I do use it. The main thing is you understanding what I'm saying. And by the time you are going to be doing it, you are going to be getting it right. If I say somebody that will use Igbo to teach mathematics, and during the WAEC exam or JAM, you see the person will score A1. Are they going to say that, oh, no, they use the Igbo or use the Hausa or Yoruba to teach, and because of that, that is why he's... No, nobody cares about the language you use. That is what I mean by communication. So, as a project manager, you must know how to communicate with your stakeholders, So, communication, at times you need to understand your stakeholder like a big man. Times you go to a pub, discuss some of your requirements. Everything must not be in the office. Try to find out the best time to get your sponsors, your big stakeholders, and talk over things. You see them supporting you. You need their support. And that is project management for you. You see these highlights here. That is everything about project management. Everything is here. This small highlight. If you know how to develop good project plan, allocate resources, manage risk, and communicate with stakeholders, everything don't finish now. Waiting again. To develop a project plan, you need technology. So by the time you have mastered the technology and the art of project, that one don't pass. And then you know how to allocate resources. Use their resources very well. If you need to, that is budgets, have contingency plans and things like that. And then manage risk, a good risk manager. Have quality risk management mitigation strategies. And then you have a communication plan. Communication is not just like I said, because I said you can go to BIAP. No, you must have a plan. Some of these stakeholders might be, you try to identify a stakeholder when you are trying to create your communication plan. You need to conduct what we call stakeholder analysis. That analysis, you have to analyze every stakeholder one by one to understand what they like, their this and that. Some stakeholders, you don't call them on phone. You call them on phone, you have committed the highest crime in the world. It's only their wife and their children that have rights to call them on phone. Why are you calling them on phone? Anything go through the email, official, that's the way they want it. You know, if you understand such stakeholders, make sure that you keep on, when you need to send them email. Such people, as the email is landing, they are responding immediately. That is the way those people are structured. Some stakeholders, if you send email, they will not even respond. Some of those people, they want you to call them on phone and talk it over. So you must understand preferences. So don't just say communication. Mr. Charles said that at times it's good to go and talk it over in BIAP parlor. If some of them like it that way, so you approach different stakeholders with different approach. And that is what is going to help you to get good results. Then we have project coordinator. Project coordinator assists the project manager in coordinating project activity, managing schedules, tracking progress, and communicating with team members and stakeholders. They may also be responsible for administrative tasks. We are now two teachers here. I and Ike Chukwu are the teachers. So Ike Chukwu, if you want me to leave you can take over from me. So that is project coordinators. Project coordinators are like assistant project manager. So, like I said, I'm guaranteeing you that you are going to be qualified to be called a project coordinator after this training. After this training, we should be able to, assist a project manager. We should be able to manage activities very well. Just like an administrator, you have become an administrative officer in the project, assisting project manager. That is project coordinator. And as we're progressing, very soon I will start asking people to start applying to become project coordinators. Then we have project schedulers or planners. The project is just similar to project coordinators. Project schedulers is responsible for developing and maintaining project schedule, timeline, and milestone using scheduling software or tools like Microsoft Project, Primavera, and the rest of them. They ensure that the project activities are sequenced logically, resources are allocated efficiently, and critical parts are identified to meet the project deadline. So the key difference between the project coordinator and project scheduler is that the project scheduler is all about scheduling the project. They mainly work on project planning. That is what they do alone. But project coordinator is more versatile. Project coordinator can represent even project manager in a meeting or do a lot of, you can equally do planning. It's a lot of things. That is the difference between, but some people want some, in a large project, like in some projects I've worked on, I've been in so many big construction projects, like Crossrail project here in London. It's massive projects, and we have a lot of project schedulers. They are dedicated to planning, assisting people. Project manager here is like a very big man, so he needs a lot of assistants, both coordinators, planners, assisting him. And the project manager is more like doing strategic meeting with stakeholders, discussing risk and other things. And schedulers and coordinators will be on site, assisting day-to-day activities, documentation, maintaining project plan. These are the difference. But these two teams are assistant project manager, both of them, to assist the project manager. Then we have business analysts. Business analysts work closely with stakeholders to identify project requirements, gather and analyze data or requirements, and develop business cases or project charter. They translate business need into project objective, scope, and delivery, ensuring alignment with organizational goal and objective. Business analyst is another big man, very big man, and these are the brain behind so many projects. So many projects we see today, these people are the brain behind the project, business analysts. They first agree that there must be, a solution or a change. Something needs to happen. And they decide the reason why something must happen. They provide justification why a project must even start at all. The project should start. Business analysts must provide a justification through a business case. If there is no business case, in so many cases, so this is where the business analysts, and then they propose so many of the solutions. You will see all these projects, you see most of them are being proposed even before the project manager comes in. The business analyst is there. He's trying to work on the problems companies are having, changes, looking for solutions, identifying solutions, identify the cause of the problems, and then eventually decide that this is the problem and this is the solution. And the company is okay, out of all these solutions that you suggested or you recommended, we choose this one. And then the implementation starts. So once the organization say we adopt this solution, it becomes a project. And that's once it becomes a project, we start looking for project managers. While the project managers are there joining, The project manager will take lead to lead the project, but the business analyst, I will have two types of business analyst depending. We have what we call technical business analyst or the solution architect. The first business analyst can transit to become the solution architect. It means that the solution you suggested or you recommended, you start designing the solution because you know that solution very well. Design it. Then you have to work with the project manager to design the solution and then implement it. Then where we start bringing in developers, or if it's a construction site, then when we start hiring masons or bricklayers or carpenters or plumbers to start building. So this is the way. But the point here is that the business analyst is an integral part of project management and is a very big role, a very big consultancy role. And this role is what we need everywhere around the world. A business analyst is required everywhere. It's very, very important. Business analyst is like a doctor, a business doctor to the organization, businesses. The way we have medical doctors to human beings, business analysts are doctors to businesses. They diagnose business, no matter how ill or sick the business, you know. You see so many businesses dying in Africa. In Nigeria, you see a lot of businesses keep on dying and die because they don't apply business analysts. Business analysts will diagnose and find out why a business is not performing and provide solution. It can be look at organization, or it can be part of the organization. They provide solution. Just like you might be having a pain in your leg, a doctor will look at your leg and find a solution, and your leg will start working again. A business analyst can take up a marketing department, which is part of the organization, and find out why the sales is going down, sales and marketing. After the analysis, say, well, the company, the sales is going down because of this reason or the other reason. For you people to go back and let's see the trend will change and the sales will start going. The business analysts will analyze, provide solution. And if you implement it very well, at times it work like magic, you see a turnaround. That's where the business analyst comes in. And they don't just propose, they don't just recommend. They will be there to implement, to not only design, they design the solution. And that's why we call business analysts software engineers. Because in the software industry, they are the people that design the software. All these softwares we are using today, they designed it. We call them technical business analysts. We call them solution architects. We call them software engineer. They design. We call them solution design. And after designing, we bring in developers. Developers are technicians, just like plumbers. They do what the business analyst designed. And the project manager manages the project, making sure that the project is being delivered within the agreed timeline. And then that the resources provided is well allocated very well. And then looking at the quality standard, that all the quality coming out is within the accepted standard. We call it acceptance criteria. And it's the business analyst that is going to develop the acceptance criteria. So these are, business analyst is a big man, very big man. So That is, by the time you are done with being a project manager and business analyst, you see so many of us, we will see all these big consulting firms. You see Accenture, you see KPMG, you see PwC, NS, Young, Deloitte, this and that. All the people, all these big boys you are seeing there are just business analysts. They're all business analysts, nothing more. You hear that this guy is a big consultant, he's consulting for KPMG. He's a business analyst. What I'm going to teach you here is what they are doing. And if you understand it very well, you can be better than them. So as a business analyst, you are a consultant. You can consult for any organization. You can consult for even World Bank. Because you see all this World Bank, you see all this big organization, Facebook, what are they using? They are using CRM system. They are using ERP system. They are not using space. Even if it's space, people design that solution and these are business analysts. Or everything about solution, leave it for business analysts. They are the masters of all solutions. It doesn't matter the industry, whether in hospital, healthcare, whether in public sector, whether in agriculture, whether in school, as a business analyst. And you see, it's because I'm a business analyst. When I became a business analyst, I quickly go in and become a developer. I become a business analyst, I become a developer, I become a project manager. And you see me today, I start developing, creating my own companies. I have so many of them that are growing. I'm developing them. I just started like this, but it has exposed me that as a business analyst, you are an entrepreneur because you see gaps, you turn gaps into opportunity. And for instance, in Nigeria, if you come to Nigeria, a country that is highly analog, you see that there is so many opportunities in Nigeria. A country that is craving for technology, but we don't produce any technology. We don't know how to produce any technology. We're highly dependent on foreigners to enjoy the soft life we desire. We can't do it. And that makes that country to be very viable for investment. Anything technology you can bring, Nigerians love technology so much. Because technology gives us comfort. They give us soft life we desire so much. Consumer nation. So there are so many opportunities. Being a business analyst will give you another horizon. You start seeing things the way other people are not seeing it. And that is opportunities. That's how you transform. When a company is very sick, you can come and see why they are struggling. And you create opportunity for them and they start flourishing. Your government, your state government is struggling to pay salaries. You can come there, open up resource channel for them, and money will start flowing in. They will start doing well. That is business analysis. But this is just a little bit of it. Today, we are talking about introduction to project management. So I love talking about business analysis. So let's move to risk manager. It's another role that we have. They are the risk manager. They identify risk, assess and manage risk throughout the project life cycle, developing risk management plan, strategies, mitigation measure to minimize the impact of potential threats or uncertainties on projects. Risk managers, they are rare to find. You cannot find them. Or it's difficult to see companies looking for risk manager because everything is embodied in project manager. But when we see big corporation, they want to break things down. They don't want project manager to be over, stressed. So they break a lot of things down. That's where you're going to be seeing risk manager. But outside that, it's going to be difficult because you as a project manager, you as a business analyst, you are a risk manager. Then you have quality assurance. This is another one where you hardly, I will see them, but most cases, business analysts act as the quality assurance manager. Even project managers will wear this cloth, will do a lot of things, but breaking things down, we have quality assurance manager. The quality assurance manager ensures that project deliverable meets quality standard and customers' expectation by developing quality management plan, conducting quality audit, and implementing quality control measure. They monitor project process, identifies areas of improvement, and implement corrective action to enhance project quality performance. So this is what they do. But these days, so many small companies, we might find ourselves, you might not see them. When you don't see them, you as the project manager, as a business analyst, mind you that you are going to become the quality assurance manager or you are going to become the risk manager. As a project manager, you are a risk manager. As a project manager, you are a quality assurance manager. But as a project manager, you are not a business analyst. But as a business analyst, you are a project manager. Just understand it that way. A good business analyst is a project manager. But as a project manager, there are so many project managers that are not good business analysts. But if you are a good business analyst, you must be a seasoned project manager. So business analysis is a more versatile area. It deserves a lot of respect. We have change management specialists. The change management specialists facilitate organizational change initiative related to project implementation by assessing the impact of changes, developing change management plan, and engaging stakeholders to ensure smooth transition. They communicate change objective, address resistance, and support stakeholders in adopting the system or the change. In large corporations, we have separate change management specialists. But in the everyday life of a business analyst is a change specialist. As a matter of fact, another name for business analyst is change agent. Yeah. Then we have project management office or project management officer or project management office manager. So we call it PMO manager or PMO. They oversees the project management office. So many organizations, they have what we call project management office. So what do? They provide governance, support, and oversight for project management practices and standards within an organization. Okay, now let's take Google as an example. We know Google, they have a lot of projects going on. Then they have project management office. This project management office make sure that all the project managers in Google, they conform to the standard. You don't just come to Google from Facebook and start adopting the strategy you use or using their template or using their best practice. Every company have their own best practice in project management. Every company have their approach in project management. Facebook might be using agile project management approach, but Google might be using waterfall approach. It is the duty of the project management office to make sure that you comply with the organization standard. You don't go bring But in so many places, they don't have it. So anything can go for them. So if you find yourself in an environment where there is no such place, well, you can take advantage of your expertise and bring the best. But even if you have a best one to bring and they have project manager, you need to let them know or tell them to, you can always advise or suggest. But the point here is that whatever standard, approach, principles, templates they use in project management is being determined by the project management office. And who manages the project management office? Project management officer or project management office manager. That is them. They are beginning this role is beginning to get popular these days. So they establish and maintain project management methodologies, tools, and processes, and provide guidelines and support to project managers and team to ensure consistency and alignment with organizational goals and objectives. So that's what they do. And Winnie IV, why are you raising your hand? Or are you just testing your system? You don't raise your hand if you don't have anything to say. You're raising your hand while I'm presenting, you are distracting me, so don't do that. Okay, we have resources like we have Project Management Institute. This body is responsible for a lot of project management training, certification, like PMP, a lot of, these are the body. Then you have International Project Management Association, IPMA. This is their site. You can just, as you are beginning your journey, this is the site you should be visiting and reading. You try to read their blogs, what is the current trend, a lot of things, just to get insight. Then you have textbook called Project Management Body of Knowledge. So it's a very good textbook. If you want to, it's a standard by IPM. If you want to start building your library, buying textbook, these are the kind of textbook you have to start buying. Although at times it might be so bulky and there's a lot of theories, which I'm not a theory person. I believe in practical. But that will not stop me from telling you some of the resources available to start building your libraries if you choose to. Then conclusively, project management is a critical discipline that drives success in organizations across industries. By understanding its fundamentals, key concept, rules, you will be better equipped to navigate complexities of project execution. There is complexities, There are bombs, a lot of bombs out there for you in this journey. That's why you need to pay attention to pick all the techniques to navigate, all the tools to navigate, all the skills to navigate and deliver successful outcome. So thank you. Stay tuned. And then if you have any questions, we can talk about it now. So I covered a lot tonight, and permit me for going above the time. So quick one we see most of the time when I'm teaching and interacting, I might not really have time to give room for questioning after the class, and which I did a bit of interaction and things like that. So, but if you still have questions, we can still talk about it. I'll give opportunity for us to ask few questions. And I will not take all the questions. I will select the five first people to raise their five first people to raise their hands. We capture questions from them. Others go to the our platform and put your questions so that everybody will start contributing. So Olowa Toba.
All right. Hello, good evening.
Please. Yeah, good evening.
Presentation. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So my question is
Okay.
about the triple constraint. Generally, it's known, and you've also mentioned that they are time, budget, and scope. I think the last comment you made about it was when we are going to expect a good quality. But my question is, since and scope, where does that place quality?
What do you say again?
Okay.
Please, Rufus, you are not speaking. Put yourself on mute.
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay. Oluwa Toba, you can go on and
Okay, so my question is regarding the triple constraint. We have does that place quality? Because
you are breaking. Is it only me or is it every other person?
Yeah, he's breaking. Maybe he can try to type it in the chat.
He's breaking.
He's breaking. It's every other person.
Okay.
Oh, do you hear me? Sorry.
Change your location, at least.
Yes.
Hello.
You can go on.
Time, budget, and scope.
Or you can use the chat box if it's not.
Oluwa, sorry, we are not hearing you. If you can use the chat side, we can read from there, then maybe get an answer. We are not hearing you.
Okay.
Okay, while we wait for the question to arrive, let's hear from Oscar Martin.
Oscar, yeah, now.
Yeah, hello guys. I didn't even know that my hand was still up. Yeah, I wanted to ask if it was okay to leave the class before the end, because I had another meeting, like another class that this one encroached into, and I fixed that class with my mentor. So like I want to know, sir, because it could be a test whether you wanted to even see if we were conscious of the time. The class was a good one, it was insightful, no issues. But I know that at the end of the class you already said you gave an apology that you encroached into time, but I want to know whether it's okay. I don't want it to be disrespectful to leave the class.
Yeah, sure. Like you say, I apologize for going, but
you know that I really have to attend to.
Yeah, you can leave.
Because I understood everything that you said. That's one. And then the second question is, I know you said we're going to have recordings of the classes. I would like to also have the PDF
everything is both the lecture notes and did you attend the first meeting with every video and lecture notes?
Yeah.
Is there in the course portal.
The first meeting.
So you can go there, the video is there, the lecture notes
Can you hear
will
me?
be uploaded there as well.
Hello.
Yeah,
hear me?
I've responded to your questions.
Okay.
I said the lecture notes and the video will be uploaded in the course portal.
All right.
You have access to the course portal, so everybody should try to enroll. So you can have access to the resources, both videos, like all these my notes, lecture notes, all of them. I'm moving them to course portal for you to download it from there. So I think that's fair enough. Okay.
All right.
And in terms of living, at times we are not machine, we're not automated. So at times we can go beyond time by a fraction. But when we are going beyond time, it's just a fraction. And I always apologize for that. So it's only automated machine that will work like automation, but okay.
It's fine, sir. Thank you.
All right, Babatunde Olu, Babatunde
Oluwaseyi.
Oluwaseyi.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. And thank you, Mr. Task. The lectures have been quite impactful. So I have these questions to ask. Now, can you hear me?
Sure.
Okay. Now, in the event that a project stays within scope, but exceed a given time frame and consequently budget, could that project be said to be a successful one or not?
Yeah, it can still be success depending the way you approach it. You know, you can go above your timeline. There's a reason why you can go above your timeline. It can come from even your stakeholders. They might be requesting for additional inputs or requirements. They might be the cost. For instance, when we are asked to develop, maybe let's say BBC contacted you as a project manager, as a business analyst to help them, develop a news website for Nigeria, specifically for Nigeria. It's a news website. You started working on that, and over time, the BBC stakeholders say, okay, we want to be selling something in that website. We want you to add shopping cart or e-commerce attached to that. That is additional requirement. And that will automatically lead you to extending that project beyond the initial timeline. You need to discuss it with them, let them know that that is not the agreement. But if they want that, good and fine, it can be captured with additional budget and additional timeline. So with that, you say that you've gone beyond their timeline, but everybody is still happy.
Okay.
Yeah. So you must analyze the reason, if there is scope, when the scope is about to, increase, then you must know the reason why it's going, capture it, analyze it, provide the impact, discuss it with the stakeholders. But if you do not capture that, because you are myopic or because you are just new, you are shy, they tell you Babatunde, we want to have another. They say, okay, sir. With due respect, sir. And you and your team, carry on. You have dug your grave, you know, because definitely you've accepted another work with no extra budget for it. And when it's going to happen, everybody will behave as if they don't know what happened, because you are a project manager, you should know what to do. And when you have project charter will clearly state the scope of every project. So when they are about to add additional requirements, you direct them to project charter. This is not what we should be discussing now, because a lot of you might be confused when we want to expand this. We are coming to all those, but I've just given you a high level overview of your answer to your question.
Point noted. Point noted, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have Michela.
Hello, Mr. Charles. Good evening. So my question
Good
is
evening.
this: can there be any situation where we have to prioritize one constraint over the others?
Of course, what we need to do is prioritization. Is part of the project management. When you are working as a business analyst, as a project manager, you need to prioritize requirements. We use technique called Moscow analysis. Every project must have what we call must have, should have, could have. All these terms I'm using, you see, they have their own strengths. Must have and could have. Are they the same thing? Of course they are not. They have, must have is stronger than could have. You know? So you have to, based on your stakeholders, you have to prioritize them so that when the resources, when you don't have enough resources, you must have captured the most important one. You know? So that is it. For instance, I use news website. You know that news website, the main important thing is to deliver quality news, both in text and in videos, and within the, so videos, all those things. But when they are asking you, you capture the e-commerce. E-commerce is a third party, so it's good to have e-commerce website in a news website. But the main thing is to be able to create quality news by video, not even because it's a news company. That is their main purpose, delivering news. But when there is, people want to come and read news, will then see some product they like and buy it. It's good. So before you start, you need, but mainly the business analysts will have to do that, you know, with project managers anyway. So there is prioritization. It's part of the techniques. We are yet to come there. So we don't, as a matter of fact, let the question we are going to be asking be centered on the content we delivered. Let us not be jumping guns. Because I know so many of you must have read or heard or things. Any question you are asking, if it's not within the content we delivered, I'm not going to attend to it. Okay. Ifeanyi Chisom.
All right. Good evening, Mr. Charles.
Yeah.
Thank you for the class. But I want to ask, since you say that the role of a project manager is to plan, execute, and monitor, that monitoring, is it still part of their work, in the sense that maybe a project, for instance, in a technology company, there is this site that are building and it requires after the developers has finished working on the websites, is it the work of a project manager to actually test run the websites, maybe to check the functionalities? That is one. Then secondly, my question again is, in that enrollment, how will you know that you have actually enrolled? Is it by logging into the sites you provided for us?
In the issue of
That's what.
enrollment, ask your area those that have enrolled to assist you. It shouldn't be part of this meeting. You should have put that question in the timeline if you are struggling. That's why we have timeline. Not when we have lectures, you start bringing issues like this. So the answer to that is go to the platform and get answer for that. And the second answer is that to test run a system, we have testers, we have quality assurance, we have, it's not the duty of project manager, though he's going to be part of there, but it's the duty of the testers. Every system needs testing. Any software we develop need testing, thorough testing. We have testers. That's why quality assurance people, they do the testing. You can call them testers. Business analysts are testers as well. So I will capture from, let me look at if Oluwatoba, whether there is a text to see, because we promised to, can't see any text, so he didn't write, scroll down to see if I can see his text.
Actually, hello.
Yes.
Yes, actually, I did write. My question was on the relationship of quality to the triple constraint. Ideally, the triple constraint captures scope, time, and budget. And when these are well managed, they're meant to bring about
Quality in relation.
quality. So that's the clarification I need.
Yeah, quality, all those things, scope, when you know how to manage your scope very well, when you start breaking down scope, scope covers quality as well. So do you get that?
Triple constraint, right?
Are you getting me? Scope, when you talk about, when we talk about scope, we talk about requirements. And when we talk about what needs to be done, we talk about how to know that we've arrived where we are going. That is quality measurement. That is part of testing. You know, so these are part of scope. Test cases, test scenarios. This is how you accept. I equally say the acceptance criteria. You know, these are ways to test the quality, making sure that whatever we are doing is within the acceptance criteria, the quality standard. So it's part of the scope. So the scope is not just that. It's like I said, time, budget, and scope. When we break them down, that is what project management is. So it's the word scope. The word scope here, when we start discussing this, discussing scope, you can take us 2 weeks to discuss scope. So, and we are going, sorry for any other person that are raising hand because of time. We've gone above our timeline, and we have platform. The purpose of platform is to ask quality questions like this. Not to be, I see a lot of people are using our platform to advertise their product. If you violate our platform, you might be receiving a suspension. We throw you out of the platform for some, maybe 1 week, and then admit you back again. You know, don't try us. The platform needs to be decent. It's not for jokes. Very soon we are going to have a dedicated platform, although very soon, when we start bombarding, you won't even have time to, you won't have mouths to crack joke again. But if you want to, we'll have to go to social media handlers. We have a lot of social medias, our own, both Facebook, where we have group for chats. If you have products you want to sell, you can bring them there to advertise before your co-students to buy. But you see this small platform, this small WhatsApp group is for, incidents response, is for response. For that, you cannot log in, you can't do this, you don't know how to sign in, you are struggling with this. This is what we do there. We are not there for no jokes. It's there for, and for those, I see some people that have been dedicated in assisting others. Please, God bless you for this selfless service we are providing. So let us be available to assist each other in that group. Technically, everything that is for incident management. Incident management. If you don't have any issue, don't come there to. And again, I see some people, once we finish this class, we have unappointed assistant instructors. I appreciate that. But if you are going to assist, make sure you are quoting what I said. The other time, I said we are going to be having class Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Our assistant instructor come and said that it's no longer, that is now Saturday. I didn't say Saturday. If you quote me, if you want to help me, I'm very, very happy for that. But make sure you are not bringing confusion. You are trying to help and you are bringing confusion. Don't do that. It's not funny, because the energy we used to discuss, because that energy team, I saw the team keep on trending and trending. I just kept quiet. Yeah, you might want to showcase yourself. You are vibrant. You are, quote me, say what I said. Don't say what I don't say. If you want to suggest, clearly say that I want to suggest that we can have classes on Saturday, not that Saturday. So thank you, guys.
Sir, please hold on. Can I lay a complaint?
We can go to timeline and lay a complaint. That is, we have rules here.
I tried to log into the website. I couldn't after registering on Saturday.
There, I said that is where we capture incidents. We don't
go to the platform.
Can you try to be disciplined? Number one, for your project to work very well is discipline. And we already said we don't use our classes to capture incidents, and you want to violate that immediately. That is an act of indiscipline. Do you think you say that I'm going to jump in and start clapping for you, or panicking, or everybody will shake? I would not. I didn't even hear what you said, because this is not where we are going to resolve that. So we have that platform. We don't want when people will be watching this video. I'm just saying it because this is the first class. I don't want when people will be watching video, they'll be watching video that Obo couldn't log in. Is that what they are? How are they learning from hearing this? It's not what we are recording for. We are recording a class. So, and there is no way we can manage these incidents from here. There's what we call incident management. Incident management means that once you recorded an incident, whoever is going to manage that incident should be able to be communicating with you on that incident in a platform. You've recorded an incident now, then how do we manage it from here? It's not like I'm being so strict. You learn to do things the right way. That is one thing you are here to learn, to be disciplined. A project manager should be exceptionally disciplined. So, Thank you. This class is over now, and I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll see you next tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you and good night, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Charles.